Hi everybody, I'm Bryony from Pay It Forward, and if you're looking at this video it's because I'm welcoming you to doTERRA. So welcome, well done for joining us and for creating your own wholesale membership, and it's going to open up a world for you for beautiful natural products and boosting your health, your vitality, your happiness. So I am Bryony and my business page is called Pay It Forwards. For an obvious reason that I am in this because I want to spread good health, happiness and love all around the world, knowing that it will keep revolving and revolving around that world. But this video here is not to talk about my business really, it's to talk about the resources I use to basically use my essential oils in my life. So we're going to go through books, bottles and websites and how you can reorder and replenish or boost your essential oil collection. Okay, so first of all, let's do books. First book must mention is The Modern Essentials. So this is a reference book, and you can get it for ranges from about £21 to £26. I get it from a site called essentoils.com, but you can look on Amazon as well because sometimes there'll be specials on there. So there are basically two parts to the book. The first bit, and it has lots of amazing info at the beginning that is well worth a read, but basically it's a reference book, really not a reading book. So you'll see here, if you can, that I've opened it on peppermint. You can see it's going to show the chemical constituents of peppermint. It's going to show you what you can use it for, its common primary uses, how you can use it. It will give you ideas, potentially recipes as well, and it will also list, you can see here in the fine print over here, all the additional research that's been done on it, so you can actually look up those scientific papers and look into what peppermint would be good for. But the second part that is absolutely incredible is this bit at the back. I'm just checking I haven't looked up anything too crazy. So here is the reference guide back, where you can basically look up an ailment or you can look up a condition. Personally, I can't tell you that these oils will prescribe, will diagnose, will cure, treat or prevent anything, because I'm not a medical doctor. However, this book is written by medical professionals and by scientists. It's based on research with your doTERRA oils, so they can tell you how to use the oils for specific conditions. So you'll notice here that I've opened up on a page where it has things like heat stroke, hematoma, which is basically bruising, hemorrhoids, excellent, hepatitis, hernia, herpes, it's a great page this one, hives, hiccups, Hodgkin's disease, even goes into house cleaning. So it's really diverse, but what it will tell you how to do is which oils to reach for, number one. So you might not be able to see here, zoom in, that's a bad example because there's only red. This one here, you might be able to see they're listed in different colours, red, orange, green. So the red ones are basically the ones you'd reach to for first. If you had that oil, the red ones are the ones that the most research has been done on them for that specific condition. If you didn't have a red one, you could go to an orange one. If you didn't have an orange one, you could reach to the green one. There's no right, no wrong. Just remember that every body is different. So you may well need a different oil. Try a red one. If it doesn't work, try another one, see how you go. Okay. The other thing that it does is it gives you ways to use it. So next to the oil that it's telling you to reach for hiccups, it will have either a hand, which means use it topically with dilution. It will have a drop, which means use it internally, or it will have a kind of breathe airway strips, which mean use it aromatically. This book I use heaps and heaps and heaps. It's a well-loved book. I don't pretend to know everything. When people ask me, this is the first thing I go to. This is my guru in my house. Okay, like I say, about £21 to £26. The next book, Emotions and Essential Oils. I adore this book. I use it absolutely daily. This is the newer version. And it's about £17. Again, I get mine from Essent Oils. Exactly the same idea. You can look up the oil and it's going to tell you that Litsia is the oil of manifestation. And then you can also look up in the back how you want to feel or how you're feeling at the moment and you'd like to come away from, so maybe lonely or happy or joyful, and it's going to tell you what oils to go to. Now, it's going to give you a variety at the back, and what I suggest you do is that you look through each of them, go to the page and read it, and one of them will really resonate with you, and that's the oil that you want to grab to. The best way to use your oils for supporting your emotion is aromatically, so whether you're putting them in a diffuser or on a diffuser bracelet or dropping them in your hands and having a sniff, yeah, go for that one. There's another book called Essential Life as well, which you can get on Scent Oils, and that's about £22, £23, and that has heaps of really helpful kind of recipes in it too. That's a great book to use. So both the Modern Essentials and the Emotions book actually have an app too, which is really helpful, and I'm going to show you it on my phone if I can. If I can find it. There we go. So really helpful when you're out and about. You'll see here on my phone potentially. Oh, if I get the reflection away. There's the Modern Essentials one at the bottom, and there's the Emotions one, and they work in a very similar way to the book. Can't do it that close. Fine. There we go. So you would see, you'd search in the you type in the bar across, in the search bar across the top, or you can go down here and look up the oil blend. So whether it's a blend or whether it's an oil, they'll all be listed in that book. So like I say, where do I get my books from? Scentoils.co.uk or Amazon. I have a check of both, and I do the same for my bottles as well, because sometimes there'll be specials on, sometimes there'll be deliveries. You know, I've got my Amazon Prime, which makes it a bit cheaper. But yeah, so just have a bit of a look around. But basically, Scent Oils is a great place to go to. Okay, let's talk bottles. So you can get some of these bottles from your doTERRA back office, which we'll go through as well. But the majority of my bottles I actually get from Scent Oils. So you can get dropper bottles like this, little sample bottles, 2 ml this one is, or you can get smaller ones at 1 ml. They have a dropper top in them, so nothing will come out unless you tap the bottom of it. And this is a really great way to share with friends. Remember that everybody who opened up a doTERRA account and got doTERRA in their life was introduced by someone else. So it's a really nice thing to have these bottles at home to, you know, give to somebody else, whether it's a present or whether you're helping them with something specific. The other one that's helpful, you can see I've got a peppermint one here, just taking the lid off. These 2 ml roller bottles. So again, in there, that's diluted, ready for somebody to rub on them. You've done the diluting for them, so you've kept it nice and safe. You know, maybe they've got kids and you want to make sure that they're super safe when they're using them. So they're really helpful. The ones that I use around my home all the time, 10 ml roller bottles, so bigger, so I basically don't have to keep filling them up. Roller on the top. I haven't got any leaking from these. These are my Scent Oil ones. And then I also have spray bottles. So this is my owie spray that I use for cuts and grazes and things. It's a 50 ml bottle, and it has a spray in the top. Sometimes that's a bit easier if, you know, sometimes kids can have tickly feet. Sometimes you just want a bigger batch of it if it's something like an insect repellent or something like that. So the spray bottles are really, really useful. The other thing that I have that I don't have in front of me right now is that you can actually just buy the spray tops. Which is a great thing to do because it gives you an opportunity to reuse your doTERRA bottle. So let's say you've run out of an On Guard and you're going to make up a hand sanitizer, which is what I do, keep all my On Guard bottles, and I have spray tops in them, and then I just make up my hand sanitizer and then I decant it into those bottles, and I screw these spray tops fit really well onto the doTERRA bottles so that you're actually reusing the bottles, which is a really nice idea. The spray bottles, again, I got from Scent Oils. Lastly, when it comes to bottles, my cleaning ones, this is my purified cleaning spray, and these are 500 ml bottles. They're about £5 to £8. Look on Amazon, look on eBay. You'll notice that all of them I'm showing you are amber glass. That's because it will protect the essential oils, keeping them away from sunlight. Yeah, so again, £5 to £8. I don't have a specific place I go to. I literally just look on every time I want to renew and see what's coming up. Occasionally you can buy 2 of them for, you know, £7 or something like that. So it's super affordable, especially when you know that you're just replenishing. The only reason that I buy more is because if I run cleaning classes and I want to buy a batch for people to come and pay me for them. Okay, so seeing as we've been talking dilution, let's talk dilution ratios. So we give you a really, really safe starting dilution ratio that you can use across your family. The idea is that you get to know the oils, get to know them and how they work with your body, and use them accordingly. But start with our super safe dilution ratio. So we do a 1 drop to 2 ml. So in a 2 ml roller bottle like this, I've got 1 drop of the essential oil, and then I've got it topped up with my fractionated coconut oil. By the way, these pipettes are like no money at all. 5p I think they are from Ascent Oils, and I would definitely get them. So I'm topping up with my fractionated coconut oil, which is a liquid at room temperature all the time. If there are kids in the house, I'd go 1 drop to 4 mils. And if there's babies, so under 2, under 1, say for my baby Bella at the moment, I'm doing 1 drop to 10 mils. Just so you know, it makes it super safe across the family. So just to test yourself, if I've got a 10 ml bottle and you're making it up for you, and you're not pregnant, because if you're pregnant, use the kiddie dilution 1 drop to 4 mils. If you're using a 10 ml bottle, sorry, you're going to put 5 mils in there. So basically half it. If it's 50 mils, you're going to put 25 drops in. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so let's talk Facebook pages. So as you're a member of our lovely team, our UK team is called My Aroma Home, and we have a UK Facebook group. It is a great place to share ideas. There's a brain trust on there that we can chat to each other and see how we're going, share recipes, all that kind of stuff. There's usually lots of buzz, lots of activity in there. So, you know, by all means, get involved if you want to. And it's a lovely community of people loving their oils, basically. You're also a member, because you're under this, of the Healthy Munchkins team, which is my friend Alison, who enrolled me. She lives out in Australia, and she has a community of over 1,000 wellness advocates who are all loving their oils, and they share recipes, and there's a beautiful place, an amazing brain trust. There's a good file section in there with lots of info of helping you to use your oils around your house. And then the other one that I suggest you be a part of is Jessie Reimers. She has over 10,000 people in her Facebook group as of September 2018. She has a file section which is packed full of information, ways to use your oils, ways to enroll people, ways to share your oils, you know, ways to build a business, whatever you want, basically it's in there. And it is an incredible brain trust. So you can literally go in there and you can search using the search bar for things that you might need help with in your life. You know, maybe there is someone with a specific condition that you're going to search, and to see what other people have used in their third-party experiences. I've put a link to all of them in your welcome email. When you follow the link and join these Facebook groups, especially in Jessie's group, you'll be asked questions by the admin. So there'll be 3 questions for you to answer before you're logged into the group. But all of the groups you're absolutely welcome to. Now, these 3 groups are great in terms of compliance. They're there to support you, but they're not going to be diagnosing or prescribing anything. I would be cautious of any groups that are doing that, because it's not the doTERRA way. You know, we share third-party experiences, and we're there to support and help each other. That's the idea. So Facebook is a great tool. If you want to, there are other Facebook pages you can follow. So there is Jessie Reimer's Get a Fresh Start, her business page. And there is Alison's Healthy Munchkins, Alison and Anthony Bartolo. And then there's mine, which is Pay It Forwards with Bryony Tilley. And on there I share inspirational things, meditations, ideas of what are coming up to me during the day. It's a whole wellness page that is, you know, one leg of it is doTERRA. So there's lots of other things going on in there, but you're more than welcome to come and join me in there too. And then you have your doTERRA website. So doTERRA.com is an amazing place to find lots of information. It can be tricky to navigate around. There are lots and lots of info in there, but it is a really good place to start. But if it does feel a bit overwhelming, then the Facebook pages are great. If you don't Facebook, don't panic. There are other things that you can do. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, and the first thing you can do is good old Google. So if I was to type in here doTERRA lemon, you're going to want to look for what we call the PIP, the product information page, and it should come up pretty quickly. Maybe it's this one. Sorry, it should be much quicker than this. Here we go. So you're looking for the product information page. Now, ignore the prices, because for some reason it's come up on the Australia site for doTERRA, but you can definitely find the Europe site. But basically what's it going to give you is it's going to tell you description, the primary benefits, how to use it, and it's also going to give you directions for use. Okay, so it's telling you there, cautions, it's a citrus oil, so possible skin sensitivity, be careful of avoiding sunlight and UV rays. But this is what we call your product information page. So super compliant because it's from doTERRA, and really, really helpful place to start. So if you didn't, if you forgot all this other information about Facebook pages and doTERRA.com, you can always just go to handy old Google. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you, if I stop sharing my screen and I grab a bottle. So on the bottle, you're going to have some information as well. So remember that there are 3 ways that you can use your doTERRA oils. You can use them aromatically, you can use them topically, you can use them internally. And this will always be listed on the bottle. It will say for aromatic, for topical, for dietary use. If something is for internal use, it will have supplement facts on it. I don't know if you can see this. This is the Metabolic Blend, Slim and Sassy. They're imported as food grade. They're actually better quality than that, but they're imported as food grade, so they must have supplement facts on them, and that's how you know that they're safe for internal use. Okay, so there are a couple of other things that you want to look for, and this is useful when you're looking at the product information page as well. So you've got that A, T and I. If they're present, you can use all 3. If only 2 of them are present, only use them in those words. And then the other thing that you'll notice is an N, which means that it's neat, an S for sensitive, or D for diluted. And this comes up in the back of the Modern Essentials book as well, and I'll show you a really handy reference guide in a minute. So remember that we give you that starting dilution ratio of 1 drop to 2 ml, and I really would start with that. It's affordable, it's effective. If you find that you need to make it stronger because it's not giving you the effect that you want, then by all means go a bit stronger. But bear in mind that doTERRA's dilution ratios for a neat oil, they're saying that is 1 to 1. So that's not using it neat, that is 1 ml of the oil to 1 ml of the carrier oil and put on you topically. So this is the N, S and D are all about how you're going to use them topically. Sensitive means that you need to dilute it a bit more, and the diluted ones are the hot oils, and you must dilute them because otherwise they will cause skin sensitivity. So the other thing that I want to show you is this chart, quick reference chart at the back of the Modern Essentials book. And I could have shown you this when I showed you the bottle, but it basically lists all the oils, all the blends, and it tells you whether you can use them topically, aromatically, internally, what common uses you can use them for, whether you can use them as an adult, as a child, and if you're pregnant. So that guide is so often used in my house. I really, really seriously would recommend getting some kind of literature, even if you are more of a computer person than a book person. And one of the reasons for that is compliance. You want to be erring on the side of caution. You can look at Google, you can look at YouTube. There are heaps of videos on YouTube about how to use doTERRA oils and what you can use them for. But like I said, some of them can be unsafe. If they are diagnosing or prescribing, then be really, really cautious. So one of the places I would start would be Healthy Munchkins with Alison. Alison's YouTube channel is incredible, has so much information on there, as does Jessie Reimers. So get a fresh start with Jessie Reimers, and you can subscribe to both of them. Mine, Pay It Forwards with Bryony Tilley. My YouTube channel has a few videos on as well if you're interested. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you, and again I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, technophobic. We're going to go to your back office. So this is how you're going to reorder and replenish. So you have started up a wholesale membership, which you get 25% off the retail price for a whole year. The renewal price for your membership, so after a year, you will renew for £15, but you'll get a bottle of lemon free, which is actually worth £17.80. So the way I look at it is you don't actually ever pay again, but what they're checking is that you still want your doTERRA account after a year. Okay, so when you come to renew, you need to go to www.mydoterra.com, and this will bring you to this, your virtual office login. So you'll put in your doTERRA ID and your password. Now that will have been emailed to you from the welcome email. If you've lost it, just get in touch with me and I can grab it for you. Know that when you go in, you can change that password as you need to. So you won't go into your first time because I will have set up your account for you. You'll need to go into this please sign in here. So you can see that mine is saved, so I'm just going to click on submit and hopefully it will take me in. So here is your back office. You always have 2 options. to order with doTERRA, and you can see them here. There's a purple box and there's a blue box. So the first one is your one-time standard order. If you're going to do this, you still get your 25% off, so you're still paying wholesale prices, and it will still be delivered directly to you. And what you can do here is you can use this bit where you search and click in the item. So maybe you're going to put in peppermint, and you could click on here and it will take you directly to it, and then you can add it to your cart. The other thing you can do is go through the tabs across the top. So under your shop tab, you've got essential oils, you've got wellness, where all your supplements are, you've got personal care, which will be where the spa products are and that kind of stuff. So you can have a browse around and look in here. Once you add them to your cart, you can always go over here and then click on review cart. So let's say we're going to add this in. You can go to review cart, and it's going to bring you here to show you what's in your cart. Okay, and if you want to add more, you can continue shopping. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this so that we can show you the second way to order. So your second way to order is here, the purple one. It says create a new LRP template. Now LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Program, and it's basically a monthly order. So this is completely optional for you. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, it does work out as the most economical way to order, to replenish, to build your oil collection. To be a monthly orderer, you do have to order something every month, and it can be as small as a lip balm. That's if you want to be in the Loyalty Rewards Program. But you can stop this at any time. So you could use a monthly order to make a monthly order 1 month, and then you can just simply ring doTERRA up and say, I don't want to do that anymore. I will have put that UK doTERRA number in your welcome email, and you just ring them up and say you want to cancel. The reason they make you call is because you get so many benefits with the monthly order that they just kind of want to check that you do want to cancel it and that you're not doing it by accident, okay? Because if you do cancel your order, you're going to lose your points that you've accrued. So make sure that you spend your points before you go in. Make sure that you spend your points before you go and ring them and cancel. It's to stop people accidentally cancelling and losing their points, basically. So the basic rule of thumb with your monthly ordering is that the longer you are a monthly orderer, the longer you stay in the program, the more points you're going to earn back. So when you're a monthly orderer, you're going to earn points like you do at Boots, but it's super more generous than that. So for everything that you order, you earn points back, which you can then spend like doTERRA money on more products, more oils. But basically, the longer that you stay in the program, the more time you are a monthly orderer, the more points you're going to get back per order. So you start off at earning 10% back, and I'm at 30% back. So basically, if I order something with 100 points, I'm going to get 30 of those back. On top of that, I'm going to get points given to me to replenish my shipping as well. Okay, so let's talk about making an LRP template. So what happens here is to make a monthly order, you're going to click on here, and then it's going to bring up this box, and you're going to pick a date. Now, basically what happens is that when you pick a date, that's the date on which it's going to ship every single month. Now, you can change that. You can alter it once you go in. So let's say I pick the 25th of September. You can also change what's in your basket every single month. But you just have to remember that on the 25th of September, it's going to ship to you whatever is sitting in that basket every single month, unless you go in and change it, or you cancel it, or you change the date of it, okay? Remember that if we were to go into this, let's go to review cart. Let's go to my LRP order. Easier. So this is an LRP order that I already have set up because I'm on a monthly order every month. So this is what I'm monthly ordering this month. It will tell you the date here that it's going to ship, and don't forget you can edit that, but you can also press this ship now button. If, for instance, I do that every month, I will go in, where are we, on the 6th of September now, and I'll probably order tomorrow and just hit ship now. But it would then ship on the 14th of October next month unless I went and ordered it. Here it will give you the points of your order. So this is what's in your basket. And then it will tell you the price, the total. You'll want to click this button over here to view total, because that will add the shipping in. You can see here that these are my remaining points so that I could spend. If I so wanted to add points, I just go here and select one, If you're going to use your points to pay for something, you won't be able to leave it in your basket. You will have to ship now, which is absolutely fine. You just want to remember that anytime you change any of this, the button you want to press is Save Changes here. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is, sorry, is this one. So let me go to full screen if I can. So these are our monthly ordering tips. Basically, if you're a monthly orderer and you spend and you make an order of 1 to 45 points, you will maintain your percentage, so whatever percentage back you're earning on your points, and you will keep your accrued points. If you go over 50 points for your order, this is going to advance your point percentage from between 10 and 30%. So what that basically means is that you're going to start to earn more points back on every order that you spend. So for instance, if initially you'll start on 10%, if you make a 100-point order, you'll get 10 points back. Now, after a year, I've advanced to 30%. So what that means is that I get 30 points back. For every 3 months that you're on a monthly order, your percentage advances by 5%. The 100-point is the one that you want to keep your eye on. So this qualifies you to earn commissions. Now, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily building a business. You might have just shared with friends who've opened a wholesale account. There will be people who are positioned underneath you in the tree of love that we have who are ordering from doTERRA, and they will pay you commission as well. Whether you've enrolled them, whether you've even met them, doesn't matter. But the only way you'll get your commission is if you place an order every month of 100 points, and if your basket sits at over 100 points. So this is where we go back to this screen, and I say to you, have a check of that PV there. That always wants to be set over 100 points if you are wanting to earn commission. Okay, so we'll go back to this one. Basically, the next one is if you're doing an order of over 125 points and you ship that before the 15th of the month. So I would always set your monthly order up for before the 15th of the month. That means you're going to qualify for a free product of the month. Now, this is different every month, and that comes to you completely free. And then there are special offers every quarter, and these are where the really high priced items come for free. So every quarter you'll have a promotion, which is if you spend over if you make an order of over 200 points, then you will not only get your product of the month, not only open yourself up for commissions, not only advance your percentage points back and keep all your points and earn all your points, you will also get their free product. So around Christmas time, it's usually frankincense, so I stock up on that. You can make up to 4 of these and get 4 of the specials for free. So I usually stock up on my frankincense at that point. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, then by all means, shout to me and we can go through it again. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you, and I shouldn't have stopped sharing my screen. I'm going to share my screen again. Sorry, technophobic. And we're going to go back to your doTERRA site. So the other thing to show you is here on your dashboard. So if you click on your dashboard tab, that's going to show you how many points you have remaining and what percentage points back you're on, okay? So that's a really important one. Down here as well, where it says AR balance, that's going to show you any commission that you're using. Whenever you go into your order screen, it will give you the option to use your commission and use your points, okay? The next thing that can be quite interesting for you is if you go to your downline tab, especially if you're building a business and you click on graphical tree, it's going to show you the tree as it exists. So people who are underneath you and the accounts that they have and whether they're ordering, okay? The other thing that doTERRA gives you is your own website. So everybody gets one of these, whether you want it or not. And they're all exactly the same. But you can go in and change the photo of you, and you can change the name of your website. So initially it sets you up with your website being mydoterra.com / and then your name, so Bridie Tilly. But I've changed it to Pay It Forwards because that's my business name. So if I click on this, it should show you the website. So it's a generic website that everybody gets, but you'll see here that I have changed the photo. In fact, I haven't changed the photo, I need to do that. And I've added in a bit of a blurb about me. Sorry, that's the cat scratching. Alfie. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so right here, you might be able to see, especially if I just move myself down a little bit. So over here, if there is anybody that you want to enroll, if there are friends who are interested in opening up a wholesale account, then all you need to do is direct them to your website. So mydoterra.com/your name, and they can click on join and save here. Okay, that's going to open up their own wholesale account. Or if they want to, they can click on shop, which means that they're going to pay retail prices. So they're going to pay 25% more. We don't really advocate this because it's not as great for the person enrolling. They have no access to the Facebook community and the wider brain trust. They have no access to the ongoing education that we provide. But, you know, some people like to start with retail just to see how they go. I always kind of try to get them to consider a wholesale membership because it's so much more beneficial for them. There is another way that you can set up somebody. So they can do that themselves on your website, or you can do it with them. But there is another way that you can do it yourself. You can go to your Wellness Advocate services at the top here and register a new Wellness Advocate. So I can obviously help you with this. You're going to click your... it's English and it's British and it's Europe, which will mean that you'll need to go to UK. Obviously, if they're not in the UK, you'll need to pick a different country, and then you're going to set them up as a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate. And when you go through this, it will take you to a page. I can't do it. Oh, there we go. It will take you to a page where you will input their information. So their address, their date of birth, their name, their telephone numbers. You're the enroller. Password you need to give them. And then after that, it will take you to a screen as to what you want to add in for them and what they want to order. I can, of course, go through anything like this with you. It's just a very, very brief overview for you. But, you know, registering a new wellness advocate, inviting your friends is a great way for you to earn some commission and make your own oils cheaper. And of course, to impact their health and to give them beautiful essential oils in their life. But it's definitely something that I can help you with. So don't panic. It's just a very quick overview. The other thing I want to talk to you about is our boot camp. Now, this runs every single month. We run a Facebook event called Essential Oil Bootcamp, where basically it runs over 2 weeks of the month, and every day it runs out of 6 days on the first week and 5 days on the second week. Every day we take one of the top 10 oils and we talk you through. There are little videos, there are little challenges that we set you, really simple little tasks that you can do. You can win free oils, you can meet some gorgeous people, you can interact because it's a live event. There are coaches in there that, like myself, I'm in there every time, and we are chatting you through those oils. You can ask any questions, you can share recipes. It's a lovely kind of sharing and loving vibe in bootcamp. Everybody learns heaps and heaps and heaps, and the best thing that you'll get out of bootcamp is a love and a knowledge of those oils. You'll come away feeling empowered, you'll come away feeling like you know what to do, and if you've done all of the little challenges, you'll end up with a little first aid kit of your own at the end. We also give you prizes, so that the more that you participate in the group, the bigger the prize you get. You can get a USB diffuser if you win. You can get a aroma bracelet, so a diffuser bracelet, and lots of other bits and bobs that you can win as well. So it's definitely worth taking part. Like I say, I can invite you into that. If you're not a Facebooker, don't panic. We can still help and support you through. It's just that Facebook is such an easy tool to give lots of information to lots of you all at once. But, you know, I am here to support you on any way that I can. So if Facebook is not for you, we can stay in touch through email. You can come to all my ongoing classes. I have supported classes that I run every month, and I can make sure that you know when they're running and you know, whether you want to drop into them. Don't forget that you can also host a class in your house. So if you want to hear more information from me, I can bring all my oils and all my stuff over to you, and you can get together a few friends, say 4, 5, 6 of you, and we can have a lovely class. It's again another great way to share the oils with your friends if you think they'd be interested. Okay, so if you've got any questions, by all means get in touch with me. I'm bryonytilly@hotmail.com, or you can find me at Pay It Forwards with Bryony Tilly on Facebook. Sending lots and lots of love, and excited to have you on this doTERRA journey with me.